Hey everyone, this is immigration attorney Abisha Parikh. I'm a nationwide practicing immigration attorney working here out of my office in New Jersey. Today I'm working from home, as you can see in the back. This is sort of my virtual office. I really wanted to jump on here because there have been a lot of questions and concerns over the recent immigration policy developments, and I know a lot of people are really concerned right now, so I hope this video can sort of calm your concerns for now until we have more clarity from the administration. So last night, Trump put out this tweet into the universe, and it instantly caused so much panic and so much fear for so many people, not only here in the US, but also abroad. Even as an immigration lawyer, I'm feeling a great deal of concerns along with my colleagues. However, I don't want you to panic. From what I understand, the executive order will be signed today. So once it has been signed and everyone has had a chance to read it, we'll have a better understanding of how the regulation will affect future immigration processing. The tweet, let me actually read the tweet first. So the tweet reads, "In light of the attack from the invisible enemy, as well as the need to protect the jobs of our great American citizens, I will be signing an executive order to temporarily suspend immigration into the United States." So that tweet sort of gives the impression that America is going to be completely closed to immigrants. However, it's way too early to jump to that conclusion. We know that the Trump administration from day one has had a very aggressive anti-immigration agenda, which they've enforced very forcefully over the course of last 4 years. However, I personally think that the administration is really reaching with this new proposed executive order, and I will go more into why I think that later in this video. So if I read the tweet here, and I'll read it one more time, because what I want to do is break it up into pieces and try to deduct what I possibly can to explain it a little bit better to you until we have the final executive order, hopefully later today. So I'll read it one more time. "In light of the attack from the invisible enemy, as well as the need to protect the jobs of our great American citizens, I will be signing an executive order to temporarily suspend immigration into the United States." So the first thing I want to focus on is immigration into the US, which could be interpreted as those that are on the outside trying to come in. So that would be mostly the consular process. Again, we don't know anything for sure, but this is an assumption that I would probably make based on his tweet. Secondly, the tweet says temporarily. Now, we don't know what that means. Most temporary orders that have been issued have been for 90 days, but there is a possibility it could be longer. And the last part of the tweet that I find to be the true motive behind this executive order is where he says the need to protect the jobs of our great American citizens. So what we can gauge from here is that even though he did include the invisible enemy referring to the coronavirus, this piece over here, the need to protect the jobs of our great Americans, we see that this executive order is not exactly based on public health policy. So this could mean that he's coming after visas that have work authorization or employment-based visas, including H-4 EADs. But again, it is too early to make that conclusion, but this would be my guess based on what the tweet says. However, a few things that I think motivated this tweet are related to political reasons. If we really think about it, immigration has pretty much been shut down over the last several weeks. Embassies and consulates abroad are not taking any visa applications or interviews, and travel has been suspended for most countries, Even here within the US, yes, you can still file new applications. However, USCIS has shut down all in-person services. So you cannot appear for your biometrics appointment and you cannot appear for any green card interviews. So if we really think about it, majority of immigration is already shut down. What I think is really happening here is that Trump is trying to show his base supporters his anti-immigration policy still stands and he's taking actions so that Americans don't have to worry about losing their jobs. He's basically setting the ground for the upcoming election with this tweet. Because if we think about it, he's simply just reiterating a point that already exists with immigration being shut down due to this pandemic. With all that said, here is why I don't think that any of us should be panicking right now. I personally don't think there is a cause to worry about the executive order. If Trump signs the order, it is definitely going to be challenged in court. For all of you whose application has been picked up in the H-1 lottery, this could weigh in your favor because until the court makes a decision, and most likely they will file a temporary restraining order, your applications will most likely be filled and filed with USCIS, meaning that USCIS has already collected the fees for your application. And so they either have to return your fees to the employer or adjudicate the applications. Most likely, I would predict that the H-1B season for this year will not be affected by this order. However, what could be affected is those applicants that are outside of the US right now and their cases are approved, there may be some delay in you arriving to the US. So we could see, because the tweet states immigration into the US. So when you do get that approval here from USCIS, but you have to go for your consular processing and your interview, perhaps there could be some delay there due to the executive order. Now, once this reaches the court technically should strike down any provision stopping green cards from being issued, because USCIS and a lot of DHS mainly run on funding that comes from these application fees. And there are so many federal workers, USCIS workers, ICE workers, NVC, that need to be paid. Temporarily suspending immigration would actually hurt more than it helps with the pandemic and the job losses that we're already seeing. In fact, we'll see more job losses. USCIS alone employs 19,000 people, and that doesn't include all those people that work at the NBC centers, all those that are on field as ICE workers, and the hundreds of thousands of immigration attorneys that do this work every single day. So the executive order really does not have any logical connection to helping with the pandemic or the job loss, which is why I think that the tweet was mostly politically motivated. So I don't expect this to stick. I would expect federal courts to right the wrong probably within a few weeks through an emergency temporary restraining order to stop him. If anything, I think that this pandemic will eventually lead to faster processing times for immigration applications because of the drastic reduction of applications and the number of applicants caused by the economic downturn. Less applicants means faster processing because caseload will be lighter. However, this could depend on the USCIS Service Center and hoping that they don't fall victim to the coronavirus within their agency. Then I actually think that the applications should be processed faster, probably towards in the later half of the year. So here, I just explained all my thoughts on the president's tweets. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please hit the thumbs up button and be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can be alerted every time I post a new immigration video. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.